Vanakkam. Hello and welcome to Epics with Dr.Yazhini, where ancient Tamil stories find a voice in the modern world. Inside the royal chamber of Tanjavur, laughter echoed once again. For the first time in many painful days, Emperor Chundarachola smiled. And the reason, a poem. A playful poem praising the emperor's generosity. So exaggerated that even the gods themselves appeared indebted to him. The poets praised him endlessly. An elephant he gifted to Indra, 7 horses gifted to the sun god, a jeweled palanquin gifted to Lord Shiva himself. The entire royal court laughed in delight. And then came the greatest surprise. The author of the poem was none other than Sundarachola himself. The poets froze in astonishment. Even the commander of Paluvur stood silent. The emperor smiled gently as memories returned to him. Years ago, in Padayare, he had composed those playful verses merely to amuse his beloved daughter, Princess Kundavai. At the mention of her name, his voice changed. A father's pride, a father's affection filled the chamber. Dad's little girl. And as Vandiyathevan listened, his thoughts suddenly turned cold. Kundavai, the princess, the letter. That heartbeat sound began softly. The secret letter meant for Kundavai was missing. Gone, vanished. Panic seized him instantly. Had it fallen inside the palace? Had someone found it? Had it reached the hands of the Paluvur brothers? Every terrible possibility raced through his mind. But he could not move, could not search, could not even reveal his fear. Meanwhile, the emperor's joy slowly faded. His thoughts turned towards death. He spoke of his heroic ancestors, warriors who died gloriously upon battlefields, kings whose names lived forever in stone and song. But he, Sundarachola, lay imprisoned upon a sick bed, helpless, weak, waiting. The chamber grew heavy with grief. The queen's eyes filled with tears. Even the poets fell silent. But one man remained unmoved, the younger Lord Paluvur, watching, calculating, listening to every word. Soon, the conversation turned towards war. Ancient Sangam verses were recited, describing the glory of the Chola Empire during the age of Karigala Cholan. Ships arriving from distant lands, pearls, gold, sandalwood, and food from Lanka. But the moment Lanka was mentioned, Emperor stopped the poem. Because Lanka was no longer merely a distant island. Prince Arulmozhivarman now fought there and the campaign had become dangerous. The people complained that precious food supplies were being sent overseas while the kingdom itself suffered shortages. Politics, war, and unrest were slowly gathering like storm clouds. Amidst of this, Vandiyathevan fought his own battle to escape suspicion. He cleverly claimed that he had come only to request lands belonging to his ancient Warner clan, and once again his words worked like magic. The emperor smiled warmly upon him. Even the queen looked at him with kindness. So in Tamil it was mentioned very uniquely, like when he shouted of danger, Abhayam, Abhayam. But when young Lord Paluvur heard the word Abhayam, Vandiyathevan immediately turned it into Abhayam. Abhayam, Abhayam. In the Ariya Chiruvan Ungal Abhayam. Abhayam means surrender. Abhayam means danger. So from warning the king about the danger, he just immediately, within a fraction of a second, he changed it into surrender. He even requests his lands, the lands that belong to his ancient Warner clan. This is how he managed the situation. He's very brilliant. The emperor smiled warmly upon him. Even the queen looked at him with kindness. Sundara Chola himself wished to help the young warrior, but hidden eyes continued to watch. After the royal audience ended, fate revealed its next move. A servant discovered a palm leaf letter lying near the corridor. The missing letter, Kundavai's letter. And it was placed directly into his hands, the hands of the younger Lord Paluvur. The commander opened it, read it carefully, and his face darkened. The letter was written by Aditya Karikalan himself. It revealed that Vandiyathevan was no ordinary messenger. The prince trusted him completely. He had secretly sent the young warrior to assist Kundavai in confidential matters. Now, suspicion became certainty. The game had changed. Yet, outwardly nothing changed. Vandiyathevan was treated with royal honor. He was bathed, fed richly, given new clothes, escorted respectfully through the Paluvur palace. But beneath the hospitality stood invisible chains. He was no guest. He was being watched. Then Kalki opens before us one of the greatest windows into Chola history, the palace or gallery, walls filled with paintings, kings, wars, victories, legends carved into memory. Here we witness the rise of the mighty Cholas, Vijayalaya Chola, Aditya Chola, Parantaka Chola, Rajaditya, Gandhara Aditya, Arinjanaya, and finally Sundara Chola himself. Through these paintings, the history of an empire unfolds. Battles won, kingdoms conquered, sacrifices made, and deep beneath it all, the dangerous question of succession. Who truly deserves the Chola throne? Whose bloodline holds the stronger claim? And how far will powerful men go to control destiny itself? Within the palace walls, smiles hide secrets. Friendship hides suspicion, and every whispered word can decide the fate of an empire. Vandiyathevan has entered the heart of power, but now the invisible net around him grows tighter, and somewhere in the shadows, The Game of Thrones has only just begun. In this episode, a king remembered his daughter, a lost letter changed everything, and the glorious history of the Chola revealed the dangerous battle for the future. If you like this summary, stay connected with Epics with Dr. Yazhini. Nandri.